Hello everyone, welcome to Flowserve's Destination Innovation, our virtual expo. Today we are going to see how IoT is proactively managing assets in Asia Pacific region. Before I do that, I want to introduce myself. I'm Deepak Sivanandan. I'm heading IoT for Asia Pacific region for Flowserve. And I'm really excited to show you what we are doing in this region to help our customers improve their plant productivity and how they are managing their assets, critical assets particularly. Before I jump into how we are doing that, let me just give you an overview of what IoT is all about. IoT is not a new concept for anyone here. IoT is Internet of Things that we are seeing every day being used in our consumer world. Today we have connected cars, connected appliances, connected homes. But how about IoT, taking the whole IoT technology and applying it to the industrial world? That is what industrial IoT is all about. What if we are entering the world where we are connecting our equipments, critical equipments that are talking to each other? When you do that, the opportunity is big. We can see how IoT is already being adopted in industries and how it is playing a critical part in preventing equipment failures, in minimizing downtime and improving productivity, reducing total cost of ownership, lower maintenance costs, improving operator safety, which is critical in today's world. Right? So in many ways, IoT is revolutionizing industries across the world. Now, as we look at that, let's look at what we are doing in the current state. We have typical challenges that we hear from our customers across the world. And this is done not based on what our understanding is, but based on talking to different customers, right? And we hear things like aging equipment, retiring workforce, sustaining productivity, increasing maintenance cost, lack of subject matter expertise. We see how the workforce is retiring, right? I mean, the new generation of workforce that are coming in doesn't carry the same level of expertise as the retiring workforce. This is a major problem with many of our industrialists. They're concerned about how they're going to tackle maintenance issues, how they're going to tackle any subject matter related issues, because they don't have that expertise anymore. There is a lack of service and support. I see that quite a lot with our customers. They are saying that they buy the equipment, but they don't have the right service partner to go alongside with them. It's really important in today's world because everybody is concerned about drop in productivity. They cannot manage, they cannot even take 1 day of downtime. They want to keep the uptime at the highest level. So how do they do that, right? They want to have this the partner who can provide this level of service support that they're expecting for the plants to keep it at the highest level of productivity. Lowering carbon emission, absolutely something that we are hearing. Today in Destination Innovation, you are going to come across several sessions that is going to focus on how Flowserve is revolutionizing our energy transition. But why did we do that, right? Because we hear customers' interest in lowering carbon emission. They are all focused on this, and this is at the top of their mind. They're looking for ways to understand how much of carbon is being emitted to the atmosphere. Because without measuring how much is emitted today, they cannot find ways to tap it, right? So that's something a major challenge today. Ensuring operator safety, absolutely in everybody's mind. So, but customers don't stay idle. They know that these are challenges, and these challenges have been around for a long time. And I will not come here and say that these are immediate challenges. These are new challenges. These have been around for a while. So customers are taking some action about this. What are they doing today? The increasing frequency of routine inspection. We see people going into the field and doing routine maintenance quite frequently because they cannot afford to have a downtime. They're building inventory for repair and replacement. Every time there is a downtime, there is a repair, they need to replace something. They cannot wait for the equipment to arrive on field. So they need to maintain this inventory of spare parts. They focus on workforce hiring, training, and retention. And finally, those who knows that there is a lot of insight, there is a lot of knowledge that exists in the data that can come out of these equipments. They are investing in systems that are providing them the data. But the problem is they're overloaded with data. They do not know what to do with this data. They look at this data every day, but they don't know what insights to gather out of this data, right? And as a result of which, data starts accumulating in a DCS system or a central database, which is not being put into good use. Now, let me take you to a future state, right? What if you are able to get support to draw deeper insights from this data? What if we show you that you don't have to worry about the data, but we can provide you all the insights that you need to hear about this data? What if we show you how to predict equipment failure and avoid this failure before that failure happens? So what does it do? Immediately reduces your downtime. Immediately keeps your uptime at the highest, immediately having a positive impact on your productivity. What if you are able to monitor global assets from wherever you are in the world? We are today living in a very remote world. COVID accelerated this requirement so much that people are now wanting to have an eye on their assets from wherever they are in the world, right? They don't want to send people down to the field because people are not ready during COVID times, and it was not safe environment, and we do not know what world we are stepping in. There could be many other events such as this. So what if we are able to provide a way to monitor global assets from anywhere in the world? What if we become another set of eyes to monitor your assets 24/7, 365? I think it's really important for us to focus on that. Gone are the times when you can have large maintenance teams that are in the field monitoring the assets, critical assets all the time. What if we provide a third eye which is doing that for you? What if you are able to get support from subject matter experts to address field issues right away? We are living in a world where the workforce is retiring and the subject matter expert is going away with them. What if we provide that subject matter expertise? What if we are able to optimize process flow to increase your efficiency, reduce your emissions, and have a positive impact for your carbon reduction ambitions? What if we are able to do all of this? Wouldn't you be interested in something like that? That is what Flowserve's IoT solution under the brand RedRaven. Now let's look into this. What is RedRaven then? You have heard RedRaven multiple times. Even, in fact, in our previous virtual expo, we launched RedRaven through that. And RedRaven has grown over the last 1 year to 18 months to the point that now we can cover pumps, valves with digital positioners, and very soon we are going to launch it for our mechanical seals. And RedRaven comes into two different offerings: predictive analytics and condition monitoring. Right? So we are going to see how predictive analytics is different from condition monitoring in the upcoming slides. But the most important thing for you to take away from here is Flowserve's RedRaven solution covers all our product lines, from pumps to valves to mechanical seals, which is going to be launched very soon. So with RedRaven, you are in safe hands because we cover the entire flow. And not many here can claim that, right? Because we are the subject matter experts of pumps, valves, and seals. What if we provide that technology to also monitor and predict the failures of this? We are in the best position in the industry to say this, and we are the ones, and RedRaven is that solution that we are offering to you to achieve that. Now, we talked about how RedRaven this can be applied to pumps, valves, and mechanical seals, right? So how do we offer this? We take a sensor, we put it on top of your pumps. It can be a digital positioner on valves, and for mechanical seals, we are going to launch sensors as well. And these sensors are actually communicating with a gateway. For condition monitoring, we have wireless communication. And for predictive analytics, we have wired communication. Right? It's really important for you to understand the difference, because for condition monitoring, we are taking data every 30 minutes because we are just monitoring the condition of the equipment. With predictive analytics, we are taking data every 15 seconds because with predictive analytics, we are not just monitoring the condition, but we are following the trend with regards to pressure, temperature, vibration, etc. That is going to capture any failure before it happens. It's really important to understand the difference between them, because every 15 seconds we are taking the data, we are seeing how these variables that we are monitoring are trending. And if there is any variation in that, any deviation in the trend, we are able to capture it at that moment, and we are able to say what's going to happen next. We have that subject matter expertise to tell you that, right? And we can tell you how, using that information, how much time you have for you to take maintenance. How does that help you? It can help you with planned maintenance before that failure happens, right? And that's how we are going to help you keep your uptime at the highest and improve your productivity. Now let's come back to this flowchart, right? So the sensor communicates either wireless way or through wired way to a central gateway. This gateway is an accumulator of data from all the different sensors that we have. A wireless gateway, which is being used in condition monitoring, can handle up to 200 different sensors in a plant. And a wired gateway, which is our data transfer box, which is used for predictive analytics, can handle up to 20 different sensors that is being used, right? So imagine, so you only need one gateway to handle multiple assets in a plant. And this gateway is accumulating all this data. And from this point onward, it is all wireless. We don't need to run any wiring after this, both for condition monitoring as well as predictive analytics. And now the gateway sends this data, all the data that it is collecting, to the cloud, where extensive processing is happening based on our patented algorithm. And so all this analytics is happening in the cloud, and the results of the analytics is sent to a central portal. The portal is nothing but a website where you log in and you will have access to this anywhere from anywhere in the world. That's the neat thing about this. You may be an APAC customer who is sitting in Houston, and you wanted to see how your assets are performing. All you need to do is to log in into this portal and see, look at each critical asset that's being monitored, how they're performing, what is the history of this, when was the last time the maintenance activity was done, how much of time is left before the next maintenance activity, how is it trending, etc. All powerful intel in your fingertips. From wherever you are, that's what portal is from you. The neat thing is, RedRaven doesn't stop here. We have more to offer in form of RedRaven. The first one is remote monitoring support. We are not telling you that you have to log into the portal to see how your equipments are performing. We are telling you that you can do that whenever you want to, from wherever you are, but we are also doing the same for you, not just when the equipment, when there is a failure, but we are looking at it 24/7, 365 through our remote monitoring support. These remote monitoring centers are for physical locations that are strategically located in different parts of the world. We have one in Bengaluru, one in Houston, and very soon we will be having one in Europe region as well. And these remote monitoring centers are having a lot of subject matter experts, which I will cover in the upcoming slides. Now, we are monitoring through this remote monitoring center, we are monitoring your critical assets 24/7, 365. We don't stop it there. You have the option to also integrate field service support to it, which means that when your field team is not around and we find something in your equipment that needs to be taken care of, we can immediately engage our field service support to go take action on it. And on top of that, we also have the QRC support. If there is any repair that needs to be done on your parts, if there's immediate inventory that's needed for your spare parts, we have our QRC that are strategically located in different parts of the world. We have, in fact, 200 QRCs across the world, 30 of which is in APAC region. And I'm going to talk about these three aspects of our RedRaven in the upcoming slides, because this is how we are revolutionizing industry, particularly in Asia Pacific, where there is a need for a lot of service and support. And RedRaven becomes a neat solution that's offering, particularly because it is backed by subject matter experts of the equipment that's being monitored, pumps, valves, and mechanical seals. So RedRaven is an end-to-end solution for you. It's really important because we are not just offering the hardware. In fact, we are not focused on hardware at all. Ours is a data management solution. All we want is the data out of your hardware that we can process and give you key intel in your fingertips for you to take action on it. That action is the critical aspect, right? But for that, you need intel, you need insights, and you don't want these intel and insights late. You want it before something happens so that you can take timely action to keep your productivity at the highest level. So RedRaven is an end-to-end solution. Now, I talked about Flowserve Monitoring Center. Let's look into this, right? This is a key aspect of our APAC operations. And we talked to a lot of our Asia Pacific customers who are all telling us about how there is a labor shortage, how there is subject matter expertise, lack of it, right? And they are always seeking support. They wanted somebody to keep an eye on their assets. And we provide that solution. This is, again, a physical center that is located in Bengaluru for Asia Pacific customers. And we have several subject matter experts sitting there. We have vibration engineers, product experts, data analysts, project managers, everybody sitting there, right? They are monitoring all your critical assets 24/7, 365. They create weekly reports on your asset. Anytime there is a deviation, they are immediately calling you they're immediately sending notification to you. And they're also letting the subject matter experts to look into that while you are processing that notification. We are not sitting idle for you to tell us what needs to be done next, because we have the subject matter expert sitting there looking at the data. We know why exactly that happened. What could this lead to next? How much of time you have to take action? And we are coming back to you with all the data, critical data that you need to have in your hands. Again, Flowserve's Monitoring Center is the third eye to your critical assets. And most important eye, because we are doing that all the time, round the clock, every day, 365 days, right? So it's really important for you to understand how impactful this Flowserve Monitoring Center is, and how having this monitoring center is revolutionizing our customers' needs in Asia Pacific region. We have this discussion with a lot of customers. This one differentiator is helping us with customers, and they see a lot of value in partnering with us just because of this. And it's really important that we have several years of product data, right? In conjunction with all the expertise and vibration engineering principles through the subject matter experts that we have, we are able to provide ways to optimize the plant. Now let's look at the second aspect of the services, which is quick response centers. These are ISO certified centers, and with processes that are certified by ISO as well. We have extensive seal, pump, and valve repair and upgrade services that we offer through these quick response centers, right? We also have field services and that field engineers that are residing in these centers who are ready to be deployed at any time. They are available at any point of the time that you need services. We actually have parts and supplies that are needed for repair activities, maintenance activities. And now, you may be wondering, where are these quick response centers? We have 200 quick response centers around the globe. It's really important for you to know that we are not only doing the repair maintenance activities through this, but we also have some extensive advanced performance testing capabilities. So when you have an equipment that has an issue with the performance, we can bring it to a quick response center. We can do some testing and come back to you with actual data telling you exactly how it is performing, how it is supposed to perform, if it is not performing optimally, and what can be done in order for it to get back into that optimal performance point. Our quick response centers are managing long-term service agreements. Anytime a customer is having this, and many customers are having a lot of interest in this, because that takes the pain away from you, for you to maintain all these critical assets. And quick response centers are also providing training for any engineers that you have in order to build that subject matter expertise. We have in Asia Pacific, we have 30 sites that are located across different points, right? And you see all in the map. It's a little busy chart, but the point here is that we have several quick response centers, and we are covering all the countries, major countries across Asia Pacific. So if you're an Asia Pacific customer who is wanting to know more about quick response, please reach out to us, because there is a very good chance there's a quick response center right next to you, which can provide you all the intel, all the knowledge that you need for you to assess the impact of this, right? So the major point here is we have 30 quick response centers in Asia Pacific region, covering different countries that you see here across the region. Now look at field services support, right? This is another key aspect of it. And again, this is an optional. If you really need field services to go alongside RedRaven contract, we are happy to provide that. And we offer different flavors of field services, from machine repair, from piping services, mechanical upgrades, installation startup, push-pull services, preventive schedule maintenance, turnkey maintenance, so forth, right? You can see all the different services that our field services are offering. And it's really important that these field services can be powered with RedRaven backed Intel, if you are combining both as part of the contract. How powerful that is, right? Because these field service people, before they come to your field to take action, they know exactly what has happened. They are coming prepared. Gone are the times when they are coming in, they have to open up a critical asset to find out. In that process, they need to stop the process. They are incurring downtime. Then they are finding that something is missing, and they run back and to get that part. All that is gone. With RedRaven, they know exactly what is wrong with your equipment, what needs to be done. They come fully prepared. They come in, take action, immediate action, and they leave. It's going to save a lot on your downtime and on your maintenance expenses as well. I want to give you wrap up this session by giving you a couple of case studies that has been very successful in Asia Pacific region. This is a refinery based in Bangkok, Thailand. And these are two critical epullator pumps that are being used in their hydrocracking process, right? And Flowserve has been providing RedRaven service since 2015 on these two critical equipments. Recently, Flowserve averted a 1 million loss. Remember, these are critical equipments that any 1 day downtime can lead to 1 million loss for them. So for them, it is very critical that they keep these two epullator pumps running all the time. And when our monitoring center was monitoring these two critical assets, and our algorithm detected a deviation in one of the trends, and we know that that's going to lead to a failure. We immediately notified the customer and also escalated this to our field service support, who actually went there and took action on it. They saved that pump from failing, which means several $1 million of loss has been saved. This is critical, very critical for the customers, right? Because imagine how much of savings they would have got. The entire payback for what they installed from 2015, they saved within 1 day. That's how powerful RedRaven is, right? And here is another example of how customers are using in Asia Pacific. Here, this is an offshore oil and gas facility in Malaysia. This is a global oil and gas service provider. We installed our RedRaven solution in 12 offshore oil and gas facilities, right? And in one of these facilities, as soon as we installed this, we found that there was a vibration anomaly. Within 20 minutes, we caught this. And we immediately notified the customer. We took action on it. We prevented a failure. So imagine, how customer immediately benefited from something like this. What if we did not put that RedRaven solution at that time? It would have led to an immediate downtime. It would have led to several $1 million of loss. And we prevented that right away. This is how customers are making use of RedRaven, right? And we have many of these success stories across the globe that we can bring to you if you're interested to know. Please let us know how we can share this with you, right? And as a wrap up, I just wanted to let you know that RedRaven is revolutionizing industries across the world. And in Asia Pacific, it's actually finding different ways of engaging and improving customers' productivity and plant optimization concerns. We are ready to serve you. We are here to support you. Please let us know how we can help you. And my team is already talking to different customers, and we are ready to support you anywhere, anytime, and however we can help you. Looking forward to a conversation directly. Thank you for this opportunity.